Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome again to another painting tutorial. We'll be doing a beautiful waterscape today and the colors will be listed down in the description box below as always, but I might as well mention them. So we will be using Sap Green, mid yellow or lemon yellow, and then black. We have burnt sienna and titanium white, of course. I'm not sure if I'll be using red, but if I do, just get your red ready so that, when I decide as we go on with the painting, then you have your red with you. And we have here primary blue. So let's begin now, guys. I'm going to sketch first the subject so that you know where things are going to go. I'm not yet mentioning the subject. Anyway, you're going to see it in the thumbnail. It may be on my social media when I post it, but I don't want to mention it for those who are not seeing my posts on my social media, so that it'll be a little surprise for you. All right, I'm gonna use my phthalo blue or my primary blue to sketch first the subject. All right, just like that. Okay, then I'm gonna use my black. So this will be, okay, this will be some rocks, all right? You probably know already what I'll be doing today. I'll be doing a waterfall scene. I know that the sketch is not making sense at the moment. Usually my sketch really does not make any sense. Okay, there will be a rock right here. All right. And there will be lots and lots of trees in the background. So the waterfall will be right here, okay? So the water will be going down here. This will be the waters. So anyway, I'll be changing my brush now to a much bigger brush. I'm gonna get my black and mix it maybe with green or maybe brown. And I'm just gonna paint this area with this color. Most likely I'll be using my palette knife to create some texture on the rocks. Okay, I think I'll be needing more black. I'm just adding a little bit of brown. It doesn't really matter. You can definitely use just pure black. It's just, I just want to grab some brown. Right, more black right here. Just remember where the sketch is. We'll definitely resketch it later. Okay, I'm grabbing some browns. It's not really that obvious, but yeah, it's there. All right. Okay, I'm gonna allow this area first to dry before I proceed to detailing it and resketching the details. All right. Now I'm gonna wash my brush out. I'm gonna get my blue right here and yellow like that. Okay, maybe I need my white already. Okay, just like that. Maybe more blue. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit of black just to tone down the color. Okay, just like this. Very easy. Right, now I'm grabbing my brown and water. Try to blend a bit. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna wash my brush out. Now let's do some rocky portion right here. I'm gonna get my black and brown. It's actually pretty much the same, but I'm gonna add a little bit of yellow or maybe just brown. So get your burnt sienna. Because of too much black, it's all black, but wait, I'm gonna add white. Just color this area with some browny colors, just like what I'm doing here. It's okay if some of the browns and the blacks are mixing, it's all right. This is the underpainting, don't worry too much. So you can see here, I'm mixing black and brown and white. As long as those colors are seen, okay? Or are visible in this part. Because if you just use pure burnt sienna, you're going to get that yellowy color that we actually don't want at the moment for the underpainting. The underpainting should be a little darker than the actual color of the subject. I used to not underpaint, in all honesty, when I was just beginning. Because I feel like it's pretty useless. You know, you're gonna paint over it. Why underpaint? But it turned out that underpainting provides shadows and dimension as well, and depth to the subject. All right, that's basically the rocks that are near the viewer, right, that are near you, okay? All right, I'm gonna allow this first to dry, this area, and let's go back to this area, okay? The rocks, the background rocks. All right, I'm gonna wash my brush out. You may want to use your fan brush when it comes to detailing some of the foliage. So I'm gonna get my green, my sap green. Okay, and maybe my yellow. All right, this is where the main work is gonna go. So for now, before I use my fan brush, I will use my ordinary brush, a small brush, to create some foliage like brush strokes on the background rocks. I'm gonna use my Sap Green. I'm gonna add a little bit of burnt sienna to tone that down. All right. I hope you can still see it. I'm marking it. I'm just making some marks to suggest some leaves or plants. Remember that even if we're done underpainting it, I still consider this stage underpainting part 2 because it's not final. We're gonna go back to this definitely, but we're trying to make some preliminary detailing. Right. Okay. Just marking, you know, I think when I do landscapes or waterscapes, it's I don't have to think too much. It's more of a fun for me. Okay, now I'm gonna get my yellow. Maybe I'm gonna mix that with the green and the little brown. Let's try this one out. Remember to just barely touch the canvas. Oh, by the way, for those who would like to know the size of my canvas size is A3. It's a canvas paper. I'm not recommending that you use a canvas paper. It's just that I don't want to use a canvas, a stretch canvas for this for tutorial purposes. For me, it's just not very practical and convenient. You can definitely use a stretch canvas. Any material will do. But for tutorial purposes, I prefer to use canvas paper. It's easy for me to keep them and to keep track of what I've done already because, you know, it's just a piece of paper. Okay, like this. Again, most of the work will be done on the foliage. Trust me, there will be a lot of foliage work today. So I'm using some lighter colors right here on the right side because the light is coming from the left side, so it's hitting the right side. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So I'm using just yellow. Later we will do lighter colors right here. So I'm gonna touch on the rocks already. I think it's pretty dry. If yours is not yet dry, you can definitely wait for it to dry or use a hair dryer before you apply another layer of paint over it. So just alternately use yellow and green to create a more natural, wait, my water bucket is, all right. Okay, just apply more. Okay, actually this looks good already. I kind of like this one. Again, just dab, enjoy the relaxed way of doing this. We will add more depth to this rock later. Okay, it's pretty flat looking. Like nothing too much is going on right there. So I'm gonna go back to this area. I'm gonna add white. Okay, so I'm just gonna apply white to the existing yellow-green color that I already have here. This will give it more highlights. So again, just use the tip of the brush to touch on the foliage. Okay, maybe I'm gonna add a little more yellowy color so that I give it more dimension. Like some leaves are neater, some leaves are not really being reached by the sun, something like that. It's more of playing with the tones. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit of brown. You know me, I always want to achieve some sort of natural look on my paintings. I don't want it to look like computerized painting, like it's too perfect, like not like that. So I'm just gonna apply a little bit of browny colors here and there to make the leaves look more natural, because leaves are supposed to be composed of dead and alive leaves, if you know what I mean. I'm gonna add some dark greens. Remember to be a little more controlled when you apply this foliage like brush strokes. Be more controlled with your the way you apply the paint on your canvas. Okay, now using brown, I'm just gonna apply some browny colors right here to suggest some rocks. Okay, just like that. Later we will be detailing it even more. For now, let's just apply some abstract like brush strokes here and there. Alright. Okay. Very preliminary, right? And I'm gonna use the same right here. Okay. Now let's use some gray. I'll be using my white and my black, of course. Just use a little bit of gray. Maybe this color. Let's start creating some details on where the waterfall is gonna go. So these are like slippery parts of the rocks. I know that it doesn't make sense at the moment, right? But trust me on this one. Okay, more grayish. This will be where the waters are falling, or yeah, or hitting. Is that the right word? All right. Okay, I'm gonna get some black again. Then I'm gonna lighten some areas. And also another set of rocks going on right here. You know what I really like about nature is that they're very random, which means you can actually go abstract. I'm using black to create some indentations. Using black. Okay, let's also make some detailing on this area. As you can see, I'm very relaxed when I'm just doing it. I'm not really concerned about creating any specific shape. I'm just like going with the flow of my or the movement of my hand as well. Okay. Adding some depth. All right. Okay, you can hear some. I don't know if you can hear it on the background. Okay, but there's some announcement outside. I'm gonna get my white and mix it with brown. Okay, I'm gonna use this to highlight the surface of this rock. And by the way, I would like to thank those who showed me their renditions or painting versions following my tutorials. I super appreciate all of those versions, and wow, like some of you like really like I'm so impressed like that. So thank you so much, and I hope that you're enjoying them. Okay. Right. Okay, now using my white, it's not really pure because some colors are mixing, but I'm just gonna go and create some waters. Try to be more gentle with your brush strokes. Don't put so much pressure on the way you apply your paint. Just be okay with whatever or however your hand. Okay. Sometimes I mess up. So there are small like waterfall, like tiny outlets of water. Is that the right term? Like tiny waterfalls going on. And then just gonna use some dry brushing using white. Like this. I'm dry brushing. Okay. Also, I'm gonna apply some white colors near the rock towards the waterfall to give it more movement. And I'm also using more water than usual as I do the water. When you paint water, you use more water. That's my motto. Let me check. All right, it's definitely making sense now. It's not really super detailed, but okay, I'm gonna allow it first to dry before we go back to that. I'm gonna use now my fan brush. Let's create some more details on the foliage. I'm not gonna wet my fan brush. I'm just gonna dab onto my sap green and maybe yellow and maybe white. And maybe I'm gonna add a little bit of brown so that I tone the color down. Let's do some more foliage. Okay, I'm gonna get my yellow. Okay, I'm gonna move it, okay? Okay, now I'm gonna get my white, right? My white. Without washing my brush, I'm just gonna go. Let's obsess over foliage, all right? As I told you, more work will be done for the foliage for this one. Okay, need more yellow. Using a little bit of brown, I'm gonna make some random markings right here. Let me check. Okay, it needs more work. It needs more work. Okay. Now using my ordinary brush, okay, I'm gonna get my black. Let's do more work. Okay. Can I use my black? And then I'm gonna water down my black. I'm just gonna apply that watered down color over these rocks. I don't want pure white, so I'm just gonna paint over the pure white. Okay, I'm gonna get some browny colors so that the water looks more transparent or translucent. Okay, now I'm gonna get my green and blue. Let's relayer this area. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit of yellow. some white. Okay, like that. More waterfalls. Okay, here. So I'm gonna dry brush now to create some like mist. Okay. I'm gonna get my black. Okay. Let me check. I'm gonna get my black. I'm gonna make a little adjustment right here. some like markings on the rocks. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit of yellow hints right here. Okay, I'm gonna move a little bit my canvas so that I can work on this area. Let's add more details. Very random as well. Okay, just like that. I'm gonna move it back. Let's create some more details. So I'm gonna make some dark areas, or I'm gonna make some areas dark for dimension purposes by glazing it with some black. Let's do more foliage. A lot of work today, right? But sometimes we need to do paintings like this. I'm gonna use a cleaner brush using my pointy brush. Let's create some more finer details. I'm gonna use some greens. And then some yellows. And then some browns. Add some little rocks on the bottom. Too dark. Let me check. Okay, I'm gonna glaze this area a little more white. I'm gonna use black to make some more depth. Okay, I'm gonna use my palette knife. I've been so tempted to use my palette knife. So I'm gonna use my palette knife. I'm just gonna use the back to create some texture on the rocks because I feel like it's missing something. So I'm just gonna dab onto my white, add a little bit of brown, maybe black, maybe more brown. I want to add more details. Just using black, trying to create some more depth. Especially in between the foliages, or the foliage, sorry. Let me check. Right. Okay, let's do some more. All right, now I'm gonna use just pure white. Okay, I'm just gonna use pure white. To highlight the left side of our painting. Now I'm gonna use some light browns. Right, just add more foliage. Right, like that. And let me just gray it a bit. Let me check. All right, we're almost done. I'm just obsessing, all right? Don't worry about me. I'm just obsessing over over this because I love doing landscapes and waterscapes or sceneries like this. That. I actually love it already. I'm just adding more depth, more indentations. Let me check. I'm gonna lessen a bit. There's too much water going on right here. Right, I love it. Okay, I'm just gonna use a bigger brush for the final touch. I'm gonna get my blue, I'm gonna water it down, and I'm just gonna glaze this area with that color. Let me check. Okay. Then using white. Let me check. Okay, I think we're done. Right, guys, I think we are. You can definitely go and obsess over this more. Alright, so I think I'm gonna sign this now because I'm already obsessing. Alright. I'm gonna use white. And I'm gonna sign right here on the right edge, on the right corner, sorry. That's it. Okay. Alright, so we're done. And yeah, that's a lot of obsessing that happened here. So I hope you enjoy this one, even if it's quite a long video, right? So I'm gonna try to make some more edits, you know, but definitely this is, I mean, basically this is the shape that we're trying to achieve. This is the look that we're trying to achieve. So if you like this video, share this with your friends, and paint along with me. And if you're painting along with me, let me know in the comment section below, and share this on your social media, and you can tag me so that I know that you painted along with me. See you in my next video. Bye, guys.